Bloody hell. Good morning all, welcome back to another episode of I'm Electrician, Get Me Out of Here. We're starting a rewire today, an exciting rewire. I don't know if it's going to be exciting, they never are. It's about an hour away, we'll go and get James, and then we'll show you the job and we'll crack on. Good morning, James.
Good morning.
How are you?
Fantastic.
Say hello to all your fans. All your fans, mate.
Yeah.
Right, this is it. This is the job for this week. Andy's coming Wednesday for 3 days, so hopefully we can crack this one out. It's essentially a kitchen, living room, bit of power outside, and then upstairs we've got a bathroom with some spots. These are pretty new, it's a pretty new bathroom, so if we can rewire them, fair play. If not, I'll check the cabling, we'll keep it, because I think it's new colours. We got a tank in here, which needs 2 new tanks going in. It's had solar put on the roof, so we got to put 2 data cables and immersion point in there, 20 amp radial. And then we also need to put 2 data cables in the loft with a socket and a light. Random sockets around, look, 2 bedrooms. Horrible chipboard floor. The fuse board's going to be over here, so this will be our main route along, and then we'll probably bring the lighting up in the cupboard, James. Yeah, somewhere like that. Yeah, and then I'm hoping we might be able to pull on some of these, because it's like this little thin. It's not proper walls. It's like the thin cardboard walls, if you like. Look how thin that wall is there. Look. So we'll get into it, and then we'll come back to you. So this is kitchen. We've got bathroom here. So we'll probably have to drill some holes, James, depending on where the joists run. Yeah. I can't see at the minute. But there's our old fuse board, which will be coming out. We've got a little cabinet out here, which we'll run our tails in. This is the solar he's had put in. This is what they've done. Not really got to do anything with that, apart from connect their tails back into our tails, essentially. Yeah. Okay. That's it. That's all we have. That's all we got to do with that. But our consumer is going to move from there to there. We're going to start with the lighting today in the loft upstairs and try and wire some sockets, and then we'll see how we get on. One of your collider, James. Do whatever you want, mate. Right. What I'm doing, James is going around disconnecting switches and lights, and what I'm doing is, I've got some dust sheets here, mate. We can cover this solar up. I've turned off, isolate the board. I'm going to go and switch off outside, and then I'm going to set up a temporary socket, so we know every cable in the house will be dead. I think we'll disconnect this solar for now, James. Yeah. No, there shouldn't be any back feed, should there? If we're just connecting on, to, yeah, there won't be any back feeds. So yeah, we'll set a little temporary socket up here so we can charge our leads and stuff. And then we'll strip all this out. We'll probably keep this board because it's got an RCD of some sort, a 30 milliamp. Yeah, so we can put a socket off of there. And then we know every cable in the house we can cut, it'll be completely dead. The only ones that will be live will be the cables that come down here. And obviously there's going to be some sort of solar cables that run somewhere, so we'll have to just be wary of that. All right, this is officially the point of no return. It's all off. It's isolated outside. I'm going to put a temporary fuse board out in the meter cabinet so we can just run a lead in kettle, whatnot. We'll have to get a route through here into the cupboard, bring the tails in and over to here. New board will go up here. All of our cables will wire in here. I'm going to go upstairs now and see if I can pull some of these old cables up and out of the way. Right, look, there's 2 plumbery sized hatches where they've done joints onto micro bore. Brought their cables in. They're not going to be any good for us because this is going to be our main route with our cables through here. Luckily the kitchen is this way, which is underneath this floor, but I'm hoping these joists run all the way underneath so we can fish most of our cables across. So what I'm going to do now is probably cut this section of floor up with my multi-tool. I never use circular saw just because I get a bit paranoid about the pipes. And obviously there's going to be some sort of pipes for these rads. I don't know where they run, so I'll use the multi-tool. I'll run it along the joint that's already there, and then there's got some nails in. So I'll probably smash the nails down and then I can lift this bit of board up hopefully. That was an absolute... right. If you chippers are putting nails in these floors, you want stringing up by your books. What I had to do was get my hole saw alert and drill some holes. What a... Nice big joist though. Nice big joist. They run that way for the kitchen. There's the mains. I'm going to pull all that out now. Obviously our new board will be going down there. We need to get a row of holes through here for our main run. And then we're going to tackle the carpet out there and then potentially in the other bedroom. So we're stripping out. We've lifted up the carpet, store it safe in the toilet. We'll put that back in when we're finished. James, what are you doing? We found a hatch here. It looks like a plumskis hatch. So we're going to take that up. That might help us fish along here into that bedroom. That will get us into the lounge plus the bedroom there. Interestingly, I found the feed for the lights. Look, go upstairs. They were just in the wall here. Obviously, we've got a 150 wiring zone. I'm not even going to go there. I'm going to come along here and probably go up inside the cupboard there. It's a lot safer. Get it up in the cupboard there, or in the airing cupboard over there actually, where there's a lot of cables that are clip surface. So fingers crossed we can pull on these cables, because look, these how thin the walls are. Look, they're just like an inch thick. Just plasterboard with this cardboard setup, and then plasterboard again. So do our best not to cause any damage. Look, that's why I went really gently, because look, they were literally, what are they? 2-3 mil off the surface. Yep. Someone's spinning with some data cables in here. Look, Billy Bodgett. They must have wired that from below. God knows how they've done it up here. These data cables, isn't it? Yeah. But look at the weird little angled drills on the. Yeah. Yeah. They're really drilled funnily, isn't it? And that must be. Where's that? Is that in the?
That's the living room.
So that's that wall, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. So that's got to stay anyway. But hopefully now we've got a route. Look, we've got a nice big route through there, which the Plumski's done. It's done a nice job actually of putting the boards down. We've got to rip that one up there. That gets into the living room. I've got to cut another board up there, and we've pretty much got a route through. And then we're going to get some of those super rod cover plates to go on the holes that we drill, because randomly we'll drill holes. It's like over here, look, we've got to pick some sockets up here, but I'm not going to lift the whole board up for that. I'll just drill a hole and then hopefully fish across. So, yeah. Right, look, we've got a route through. Anywhere there's a socket going in, we've left a little draw wire in. Obviously, we grommet these up, which weren't grommeted before. No big issue. Who cares? Route through here, into this bedroom. James's feet can't even fall through these because they're so big. Have you got that up, no? I'll go on then. Cut the old Dickinson's Real Deal. Yeah? Dickinson more. Bit of Dickinson more. Like a bit of Dickinson more, James?
Yes.
Yeah, right. Good. So get that up then, mate. There's one over here, look. I wonder what that's for. There's a bit more Dickinson more on there, look.
Dickie Moore.
We'll get Dickie Moore up.
Yeah.
And then we'll go and have a Splicky Moore.
What's that thing?
Yes. Okay. Right, you get that up, mate. I'll carry on talking waffle.
Right.
So where James is now is up here. We've got to get a light switch for an outside light and a socket outside. We can put that on there. And then I didn't realise the client, bless him, Rob, thank you, legend, left us a kettle, tea, coffee, mugs and milk. Look at that. The only thing is we've got no power, so I'm going to put a little board out there now. Look at this. The socket's a bit dodgy, give me, mate. There we go. But there's our temporary board. We're using the old board. Put that in there, we can board kettle now. James just told me he found something interesting. What you found, mate? Have you been doing private work, James? Look at that. That is awesome. Look. I like it. That's the old connector jobby. Light on. twist the cables with a drill, James, and then put it in the ceiling, hide it. But that's been burning, that one, isn't it? Yeah. I'm a fire starter, twisted fire starter. Good job, we're here to rewire it. Oh, there we go. What is the time? 12 o'clock, bang on, cup of tea time. Right, I've started drilling some more holes through here. Network cables are all going down there. He's got GigaClear down in the kitchen. He's going to have a cupboard built around all the solar, so I'm guessing he's going to have a little mini hub in there where he's going to patch these datas in. Anywhere there's an E, we need to put a data. We're going to do a radio in this bedroom, picking up one socket here. Radio in that bedroom, picking up one socket in the loft. And lighting circuit for upstairs, we'll put a light in the loft. 3 spotlights in the bathroom, as I said, and then we'll pick up a smoke alarm circuit up here. But we're going to start wiring the lighting upstairs now. Right, it's absolute chaos at the minute, but it is organised chaos. We've got a new feed. We had to bring him up in the cupboard because there's in these walls there's little bits of wood which we hit. So we brought him up. We clipped him up the inside of the cupboard. We got a fire alarm and a fire alarm feed, which then runs into the lounge over there. He'll then come back and end in the kitchen. It was easy to bring the feed. We've got some LSF, so we're just using that. It's just low smoke. It's just white, not grey. What else, James?
Put a suit on in a minute.
Pardon? Pardon you? Have to get a gas mask on. I'm going to put a suit on, go in the thing, go in the loft. We're going to wire 3 spotlights, 1 pendant, 1 smoke detector, and 1 pendant. And then hopefully, we're hoping we can pull in on these existing cables for the switches. Look. Plugins here. Drew the straw again, didn't I, James? I had to go in the loft. So look, original drops. We managed to fish the cables in. 1. Got those in there. So we've got a loft light, a feed in and out, and then a switch for the 3 spots in there. We can't, for the life of us, these cables do not go in the loft. They must go under this floor, and it's tiled. So we're going to have to drill a hole in the kitchen. And try and find it or do something with it. I don't really want to take tiles off. We're going to have to pull a new 3-core in and earth, obviously for the 2-way. That's the landing light, which is there. We've got the new smoke, and then we got the new pendants wired, new pendants, and new switch lines put in. So that's what we've done at the minute. We dropped the smoke alarm down there. We're now, where's that one go, mate? Goes in here, doesn't it? We need to go and we'll mark the kitchen out quick for the spots. And then we'll drop that in the centre of the 2 spot and the 4 spotlights, yeah? Cool. So we can place the smoke alarm. Well, it'll be a heat in here, in the middle. We've got a heat, and then we'll have a smoke, and then there's a smoke upstairs on the landing, which you've seen. We'll, I'm going to space this out. If you can imagine, this is going to have a 600 oven. So forget that space, that's dead space. So start your measurement 600 out, and do the same that end, and then it will look symmetrical in the ceiling. Right, there we go, amazing. So we've done 1200 off the wall. 600 is going to be cabinet. It will be 450, I know, but we'll leave 600. Symmetrical with that side. And then we've done 800. So we end up with 4 spots in the kitchen. As if by magic. Ding! And the homeless man's appeared. Look, 4 spots, 1 smoke. We haven't put any switch wires in it. We just pulled some links in. But that's in. I could have wired the feed to there, James, but it doesn't matter. We've taken it to the loft. Yes. Who cares? Yeah, it doesn't matter. 6 sides of a circle, isn't it? So not a bad day, mate. Not a bad day. We're going to crack on with the lights down here tomorrow and possibly wire some sockets upstairs. So we'll see you in the morning. Morning all, it's day 2. First thing, we got to go and measure underfloor heating mat in a little utility / shower room we've been doing. I'll put you some pictures up and then we'll crack on with the rewire. Oh, got some cable. We've got some cable. Right. So first job today is wire this little bedroom. We've only got 1, 2, 3 double sockets to do. So what we'll do is a radial. We'll come out of the board to that one, back along our holes to that one, along this corridor, pick up this one, 1 and 2 on that radial. And then we'll have a second radial, 20 amp for this bedroom. Pick up 1, 2, 3. Clients missed that one, so we'll pick that one up, and then that lead goes in the loft, which will lead. It just does a socket in the loft, which is fine on a bit of trunking. That'll be that radial, and then we're going to crack on with the lighting downstairs, obviously, which will be in this floor. And then all that leaves is the sockets in the kitchen and the sockets in the lounge, which is lounges here, and the kitchen is unfortunately under this bathroom, but we should be able to fish most of it under this floor. Some people quite like that, actually.
What?
No comment, James. No comment. Right, look, some of the time we've been able to fish up the wall, which is nice. We'll obviously grommet these, which they didn't have grommets before. We'll fix that back a little bit better, James.
Yeah.
Put 2 screws in that. Put some washers on it. And that's what we're going for. Unfortunately, I had a war tie there, which I didn't drill. If you haven't got one of these kits, you need to get one. Arm egg, and this is the super rod one. Pretty similar. Takes off the first layer, and then you get the plates, which I've ordered another 15. They're quite expensive. Put them on there, like that. You can mastic them on if you want, and you can also write on them, cables, whatever. But that one's done. We're hopefully going to do a few more like that. Like we've got an existing one going back there. That'll be rewired, come up the existing holes, hopefully. James is going to then come in this room, chop these in, plasterboard. They're dot and dab. So hopefully it's just take the plasterboard off and a bit of plasterboard off the front. And we should get this all upstairs done today. And floor. That's going to refeed to go in there, mate. It's going to refeed that underfloor controller there. We'll bring the cables up. We'll bring the cables in a cupboard along. We're not touching any of this, but this is the floor. Nothing to do with us. This is all installed. Look, this is the central heating. But we will connect back onto there with a 3 amp fuse, okay? And then we're going to bring this one, same length, which is on this drum. Off. You got some cutters?
No.
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 Here we go. This one here is going to be what? What's it going to be?
What you just done?
What is it?
Immersion.
Immersion. Double M?
Yeah.
Immersion. Again, that's going to refeed up here. We're going to put a bit of trunking up here, 20 amp double pole. And I don't know if he's reconnecting this or he's getting a new tank, but the plumber wanted a 20 amp radial plus. Because he's got solar, we need to put 2 data cables into this cupboard as well. Just putting in, if you look there, mate, there's a 3-core earth we need to replace for the 2-way upstairs lights to downstairs, yeah? So what we're doing, rather than taping on, because there's no way, I want to save a chase on this wall. So what I'm going to do is strip out the claws, look, like this. LSF's lovely, isn't it? Ah! Ah! My pocket is vibrating, James.
Nice.
Well, I'll use the black for now. Ah! There we go. I can use the black, it doesn't matter. So cut that off, leave yourself 1 core. Strip that off, like so. Make yourself a nice little twiddly twiddly, look. That's the technical term.
Twiddly twiddly.
Cut that off, like that, and then you get your glove twiddled in it. And then this is the original. It's going to go through the eye, look. Bend him over. Twiddle twiddle. And providing that cable is strong enough, if you get me a little bit of tape, mate. Where is it?
Tape.
Oh, it is, here it is. Sorry. Bit of tape. Tape him flat. And we won't edit this, we'll keep it on. I'll see if I can pull it up. This is a great technique for, rather than tying on side by side, because they might have only drilled a little 16mm hole, you'll never pull 2 cables up through 1 hole, but that is now the same size. So now, if you're that and film, James, here.
Hold on.
There we go. So we managed to save this wall. We can put that box back in where it's meant to go, and then this is the what is this? Where's this cable?
First name.
Switch line. Is that going to work? Yes. Sorry. We've got, this is our switch line and our feed. We've got our sorry, it's a switch in, switch out. This is our, because we've wired a loop in, we've got feed in, feed out, switch wire down here. We just flag up the blue as a switch line basically.